And Laura, it is just a pleasure to meet you.
Hey Tony, lovely to meet you.
Uh, this isn't a, I'm going to use this term, but this is a breathtaking documentary. Um, Talk to me a little bit about how you got interested in freediving.
Yeah, so I didn't know anything about freediving until I read about Stephen and Alessia's story. And I was initially really like blown away by the images of freedivers. People holding their breath swimming underwater. They look like more like seals and dolphins than, you know, any human I'd ever seen underwater. And it was also shot by freedivers. I didn't know it at the time. So like there was just a lot of movement that was super fluid and just felt really organic and yeah, like nothing I'd ever seen before. So that certainly hooked me initially, but then it was learning about Stephen and Alessia, the type of people they were and what they went through together, and the world that they lived in. Like they met at the pinnacle of the freediving world. Alessia is a champion freediver, Stephen, an expert safety diver, and watching their lives kind of intertwine and seeing what they went on to do was mind blowing.
It is, and you captured that essence in this beautiful documentary for Netflix. But I mean, Alicia just blows my mind. She can hold her breath for over 3 minutes. She's part fish.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like when I learned about this, it was kind of like learning that there was a group of people somewhere on the planet that could fly. And I
Yeah.
thought, oh, like it really was like superhuman like that.
Yeah, and their story, I mean, it's inspiring, it's heartbreaking, it's all of that human universal subject that we all look for in any story, not just a documentary.
Yeah, I suppose like I learned about the story by talking to everybody who you see in the film, and they really walked me into this world and through it, and it spoke to me on so many different levels. And as a filmmaker, sometimes something can really speak to you and you just don't know if other people are going to connect with it as well. And it had me in tears, at home on my own in tears watching material or just deeply moved by things. And I thought, okay, I really connect with this. I hope other people will too. And so far it definitely has touched people in a way that, yeah, just I'm so grateful that people can see the kind of beauty of it as well.
Is there a special reason why you gravitate more toward documentaries than other types of filmmaking?
I suppose when I was much younger, like when I was like maybe 20, I was making like scripted stuff, like just at home, like and in college. And um I had a moment of realization, and I just knew that I wasn't ever going to be able to come up with a story that was in any way as good as the kind of things that go on in real life out here. And I just leaned into that from that moment on. I was about 21, and I just like turned in one day and decided to focus on documentary and look at what was going on around me.
Well, we need storytellers like you that take a slice of earth and show it to us, because this is something that audiences will really never get to see unless it's done this way. And you took us right into the heart of it.
Yeah, and that's what fascinated me as well. I wanted to see this in a way as well, because I knew I wouldn't ever experience it. So being able to experience what it feels like to go to 100 meters, trying to hold my breath while watching it, unsuccessfully, obviously. But as well, there was we put a lot of work into the audio design as well in that descent, and kind of creating like a journey through sound of what it sounds like to go that deep and then go back up again.
In our final seconds, we have, what do you think audiences are going to take away from watching Deepest Breath?
I hope they can see that perhaps human beings are capable of more in the water than they first imagined, and also that there's like you can live with it like a wild curiosity for the world that is beyond maybe what we are used to. So yeah, there's a connection between the people and the water that I think is super inspirational.
Laura McGann, thank you so much, not only for talking with me, but for this beautiful and inspiring film. It is so necessary to watch this movie. So I appreciate your time.
Yeah, lovely talking to you. Thanks so
Bye-bye.
much. Bye bye.